Salutations, Surgeon4Rinoa here. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these in any capacity. I was thinking maybe I start doing these monthly since I'm not doing the snacking for Rinoa so much anymore. Figured I would just do like a old school, like, not so much one-player podcast. Well, maybe a little bit more Suplexing4Rinoa because I mainly wanted to talk about that, but a lot of other things to go along with it, so to speak. But yeah, what I've been up to this past month. Hopefully you guys are enjoying promoing not. Again, I kind of scrambled for an idea after I had to put 2 Let's Plays on hiatus for a while, and looking back now, I'm like, might not have wanted to have taken that long, because now one's ready to be done, and the other I'm a little bit more little bit less reluctant to try again, because I found out what kind of does work with. I just got to get out there and pull it off again somehow. But at the very least, again, it depends on how long Dino Crisis is taking to finish with my derelict ass trying to figure out, which door. Okay, again, I wish they put an arrow on that to let me know where in the room I'm at, so I know which door I'm taking. This would cut down so much time. Not that the game's bad, it's not. It's more me than the game itself. Again, I would wish they put that there, but yeah, to each his own. But yeah, there was a real life thing happened where I was. Long story short, I work at a place that it's like retail, but they change who the boss is from time to time, and usually I'm not one for making a lot of conversation or really saying what's on my mind, because that's like, oh well, if it's they just want me to do more work and usual because they know I can handle it mostly. But again, just like a rare occurrence where I just went off on this person who's only been there for a couple of years compared to the longevity I had, and pretty public. Not gonna lie, probably startled a couple people with that. But coming back after a while, after I said my piece, apologized for what I did, what I can do to fix that, and everything. But yeah, I've been back for about a couple weeks now, so yeah, try not to get into too much, because it's really something I want to put behind me. It was poor judgment on my part. Yeah, it came from a place where I don't normally do something like that, and I had to be pushed and prodded really hard to get to that point. But it was already out there, and once it was, I was like, okay, now I started this brush fire, and now I gotta put it out as best I can. At the very least, apologize for what I did, especially in front of because it was never my intent to do that like that publicly like that. I was just, but yeah, that's behind me. I got my job back, so I can continue to do it at the forefront, continue to make my money, and do all what I need to do here to purchase things. But yeah, you can see, like, there was, like, 2 posters. The one for the actual pay-per-view for Super Showdown. I really wanted to get the one with Becky Lynch. I'm glad I found this. I was like, yes. Holy shit. I'm just going to go over my predictions real quick. I'm trying not to do too much. Because I do this, if I do figure out doing this monthly, maybe I can just do it by pay-per-view and say, like, what happens before or even during. I don't know. That will, like, take too long. I don't know. I just had this sudden urge to, because I haven't done this in a while, so this is I guess a running test. We'll see what happens. Because, I know Dracus got into this because of me. It's all my fault, by the way. If it's gone bad, I apologize, because I'm barely, I'm paying attention to it. I'll sit down and watch Raw and SmackDown, but now it's all DVR'd, so I can, fast through it through the endless amount of commercials, and that seems to be the way with a lot of you now, because according to Uprocks and everything else, the ratings for Raw, I think last week or the week before was the worst it's ever been, 2.6 or something like that, probably lower than that. Still better than WCW or Impact at their lowest, but like they're still pulling in numbers. But yeah, for the most part, I don't have time to sit for like 5 hours like Raw and SmackDown. That's why I probably wouldn't have much to say about NXT like build up. I'm like, I'll definitely check out the pay-per-views. They've always been something to behold. Although they're kind of indie-ish, very back and forth finishes. Like, is this the finish? No, maybe it is. Maybe it's not. No, it's. I think I might have a different audience where you can like. It keeps it from being just too predictable or something like that for the right reasons. And some of the pay-per-views, especially Hell in the Cell, main have been like both your main championships end in just bullshit non-finishes or just one ended in whatchamacallit. The other was just like, oh, he tagged, but it's whatchamacallit. Why are they not no, I'll get to that. Why they? Man, I got the list of matches for Super Showdown on Wikipedia, and it starts with the. I guess we're doing Triple H Undertaker again. I guess it's different now because I don't know why they didn't bring it up because it was beforehand. Like, you used to have the streak Undertaker. Now you're just Now you lead your brother back up, and then Triple H has Shawn Michaels in his corner, and now there's talk about him getting him back into things maybe in time for the next pay-per-view. Maybe it turns into like DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. Yeah. We've seen people get retired and then unretired. It's like, oh hey, Daniel Bryan did it. Why not? It's not like Edge where his like spine is like fused into like whatever problems he had over the years. Like, although stranger things have happened, but I don't know. I don't know for Edge. I think he's good. I don't know if there's anything that compelling Shawn Michaels to come back. Maybe for like one more match. I thought he was pretty much done too, but I don't know. They said the same thing of Ric Flair, and he was like, well, we don't see him in whatchamacallit now, so I guess he like wanted to retire on top in WWE or something like that. But yeah, without the streak, I don't know. I still think, I don't know. I'd still give the edge to the Undertaker on this one, to be honest with you. Like, if they were going to continue anything with it, it'd almost be like Triple H would have to win, or there'd have to be some shenanigans with Shawn Michaels again, like the last time they fought with that Hell in the Cell where they, like, super kicked him, and then he got, like, really conflicted near the end. He's like, oh, I counted him out, but I kicked him. I'm like, I'm a horrible, horrible monster. I see a lot of people really not gelling for this match, but it's first on the whatchamacallit. I doubt it'll be first on the card. That might be the Cruiserweight match, which I haven't seen any of that either, by the way. The Cruiserweight, the 205 Live. But anyway, the next one is Bobby Lashley. I'll be a sumbitch. And John Cena, like 3.0 or whatever he's at. He's got hair now. He's jacked. Holy shit. I don't think he's coming back to take the L, but if he was, it'd be like, hey, I'm Hollywood now. I'm so above Bobby Lashley. And he is. Not gonna lie, it's poor Bobby Lashley got his like main thing usurped by the big dog, and now he's just a guy now. He's got Leo Rush, and he's like, yeah, I have a mouthpiece for myself. Probably should have thought that for him a while ago. He might have made it out a little bit better, but man, put a microphone in front of him. I'm like, The thing is, I want him to do well because I thought it was. We went to like Impact. I thought they were building up to be like the hottest thing ever. Then again, he worked mostly heel during that time, so maybe that could have been another thing he could have done. I could face. I don't know. It always seems like you gotta work within them for what they say and do like dumb face stuff. It's like, hey, I'm a wacky crazy guy. I'm face now. And that's why he gets the reaction he gets, and that's why the reaction that Monday night. That Elias and Owens got, like, I'd seen it over Twitter because I usually watch like the day after on Mondays. That way I can just like fast forward through anything I don't really care that much about or just commercials or whatever. Like, I'm like, louder than The Rock when he said the Lakers would beat the Kings in May, that one Rock concert, and the crowd just erupted from 0 to 60. But this was like, it was like a little bit slower, and then it like crescendoed up, and then it just for 5 minutes, and they were just like just straight booing. I have never seen that before. Like this was new to me. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Like, just me. If it wasn't top prospect already, like one of your biggest heels on Monday Night Raw, I think he's cemented it there, especially with someone like Kevin Owens who I'm glad is like, maybe just needs this to kind of refresh himself, just being like, I don't know, I thought it was just going to be like, I'm like I can do whatever I want. I was rehired by Constable Corbin to be this big bruiser. I thought that's where we were going with him. Like, but then they kind of shoot themselves in the foot. It's like, well, my biggest reason for doing all this is a heel too. So now I'm like, I thought this was an opportunity for do a face turn, like double turn this shit around. But no, it's poor Brawny, just another casualty of the we gotta make Roman really, really strong movement. You've been doing this for how many years now? And it's like I said, I don't see John Cena losing unless again they go the whole route where he's like, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal now. You don't need to. Like, if they were going to do a heel turn and then make it Lashley Cena with maybe some Leo Rush kind of shit going on. Maybe Leo Rush is like the answer or something like that. He could be like the common denominator. That's weird. They're getting guys like on 205 Live, but they're still like. Because it's the same thing with the Authors of Pain now, where they have like. What's his name? Drake Maverick. I was going to say Rockstar Spud because that's what I know him as, Rockstar Spud, for the longest time. You can't do that to Dixie Carter. She's a paragon of virtue, she is. Yes. But yeah, I think I'll throw this one to the faces. I don't know, like just because I just want Kevin Owens to do well, you know. I just after. Who do you even lose to? I forget. See, that's the thing, too. I'm like, oh, no, that's right. You got a banger match against fucking Seth freaking Rollins, who's your biggest face of the company right now, in my opinion. Probably not just my opinion, probably just stated fact, commonly held fact by a lot of you, to be honest. Not telling you anything y'all don't already know yourself by watching the product. Anyway, next match on the list, Daniel Bryan, The Miz. I'm like, again? I mean, don't get me wrong, but you've done this twice, and there was, like, shenanigans, and then that SmackDown was like, are you doing this again? And it was like, the graphic was like, winner's the number one contender. I'm like, you had my curiosity, now you have my attention. I kind of want to give it to Daniel Bryan, but I feel like The Miz would deserve the bigger rub more just to get back into that because he's making a really, really strong case, and he's the biggest heel on SmackDown. Don't even at me. Don't even, like, none higher sucker MCs can call me awesome. But again, I don't know, this one's kind of tough to call, because would they just give Bryan like 3 losses in a row to The Miz? I'm not saying they would do that, but maybe this is Daniel Bryan's night to be like out of the whole shenanigans. Like he's read Miz's book and now he's got his number, and then there's like some bullshit afterwards where it becomes triple threat, which maybe that's the thing. Maybe they'll just do a bullshit finish where like, hey, like double referee, like, hey, this guy won. No, this guy won. And then we'll be out to the races on a triple threat, which wouldn't hurt the idea, but I'm again feeling really pessimistic on how we get there with that. I could see him doing that. The Shield versus Strowman, Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. Like I said, Strowman casualty of the because they had the Hell in the Cell match, which ended with Brock Lesnar just showing up and destroying both men. Why the fuck were the other two, everybody else involved in that match, just so they could take bumps? The 4 people not in the fucking match could take like bumps off the cage, and only like halfway in, so it's like, and it was all period blood and shit. I'm like, really? Even a blood show? You do a thing where you can't do blood already, but you put it on the cage, so even if it does, it's, well, this guy's bleeding. Well, we can't see it. I'm like, that seems like a health concern to me. I don't know. It's just me. That's just me thinking out loud again. Ugh. Still, Ziggler and McIntyre have been fucking amazing. Again, I just don't really like the idea of Braun Strowman because he's like, hey, do the cool thing. And it's like, but he can't do the cool thing because the cool things is what made him face. It's like, holy shit, he's got a grappling hook. My dick is hard for this. This is awesome. Our dicks have been hard for Strowman since the whole Roman Reigns. Like, I'll go first with you. That was the best. Don't even. Holy shit, he won us over so hard with that. And now he's not even, and now he's just being a regular chicken shit heel when he could be like the guy right now. But again, we gotta keep Roman strong. We gotta keep him on the whatchamacallit. So I don't know if the Shield's losing a whatchamacallit, but they've been doing this thing for a while where Dean's like, he's the only without a championship, and ever since he's come back, you know, the other team, Ziggler, and has been like trying to get in his head, being like, hey, you could and then they started again with a really good thing, I thought, with Monday Night Raw, where he's like, Consul Corbin gives him like, hey, you want to face one of your stablemates for their respective championships, or do you want Braun Strowman? And he's like, well, how about I just kick your ass instead? And he's like, that wasn't one of the options. Congratulations, you just got yourself a match with Braun Strowman. And he has a fight going on with him, and then his buddies go out to save the day. And then Dune's just like all kind of, probably should have taken your matches when no one maybe might have jumped. Maybe they would have, maybe they wouldn't. So there's like a gotta put the seed of doubt there. If they were gonna do something, what I would do is just make Dean Ambrose like an army of one. Like, he doesn't need to really turn face, because I could see him like, again, just being like I'm not with the Shields, you know. Dean Ambrose is only looking out for one person. Dean Ambrose. Oh, hi, Renee. Hi, how you doing? Oh, you're on commentary now. That's wacky. No, he's not Wacky Dean anymore. He's like scary. He's like, let's turn the Jon Moxley dial 30%, I'd say. 25-30. Like, you know, see him strike out on his own and win, lose, or draw. He's like, hey, I'm going to take Constable Corbin on offer last week, but now he's got more hoops to jump through to get there, and he does, and somehow, because he somehow finds a way to tough it out, because if it wasn't for the wacky stuff, he'd probably be like he was hot shit for a while on Raws with the championship, that promo he cut with Dean, with Seth. And then he got in there with AJ Styles, hung with him for a while. Again, I forget what happened after that. Then he ran afoul of the whole whatchamacallit thing. He started retreating into the whole wacky thing that people were kind of on the fence with him about. Now we might be able to... This might be Dean Ambrose's true form. I don't think but again, I think this safe bet would probably be the Shield. But these guys would be mad if they go over him, because Drew McIntyre has been... very nearly, I think, like undefeated. He gave like a lot of these guys a run for their money. Like, hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up... He should probably be Intercontinental Champion right now, to be honest with you. Maybe they'll still do that, I don't know. I would have done this almost as a winner-take-all kind of thing, because Braun Strowman's already in the, what's it called? The Crown Royale, it's called, going to Saudi Arabia with him, Reigns and Lesnar. Like, he's already in the match. What if he goes into as champion? He was your guy last year at Saudi Arabia because he won the greatest Royal Rumble. Like, to have him go in with the Universal Championship? Come on. The Bellas. And I just have a giant WHY question mark exclamation point question mark for anything regarding that, because, oh, good Lord, Liv Morgan. And the Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. They're teaming up against the Riot Squad. Don't know what shit Liv Morgan is in, but he kicked her so hard she turned into Sasha Banks, apparently on Twitter. See, this is one of the matches where I kind of on the fence about, because to the surprise of nobody, wasn't this whole women's revolution in spite of the fucking Bellas, and now they're adding their brand into it and stuff like that? And I'm just like, can Ronda Rousey just go tweener and just break all the arms of all 5 of these maybe, and just, or maybe she does like a heel turn to like replace Liv Morgan. Again, that's, I don't know if they would do that with her, but that's just wishful thinking on my end. Oh, and even only to have Alexa Bliss to be like, see, I told you I was right. Nia Jax turned heel, and now Ronda Rousey, everything I said was right. I'm awesome. I'm fighting Trish Stratus, so I had to do a thing for a while. Is she even on the card or anything? I don't see her. I don't see her on the card. I guess she's waiting for what you call. I'm like, they might put her in a separate match altogether. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I really thought they were gonna finally turn the whatchamacallit. Like, those, as shitty as the finish was, I thought like, hey, for the next 3 to 4 weeks, those turns goes up. Samoa Joe was like, you didn't beat me. You tapped out. So like, you could have brought that over and over again. But no, we're going back to the Wendy type of. I'm like, ugh. I thought we were past this shit, to be honest with you. Like, you have something new to build on, and then you kind of just. You went backwards. You hate when they reinvent the wheel like that. I'm just like, ugh. That was your perfect out to kind of get away from that. But I guess you had to have, like, creepy Samoa Joe do things, I guess. I don't know. This is Nakamura all over again to me. If Samoa Joe doesn't win this, I think that's, like, it for him for a while. Maybe he can go off and get involved in, like, Randy Orton or Nakamura, who's also not on the card. Haven't seen him on SmackDown in probably, I think it was like the week before where he and Randy Orton stealing all his fucking thunder. He doesn't have a match either. Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. I don't know. I don't know that much about it, I can't say, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure Cedric held that title since the tournament. So if they were going to put it on somebody, maybe, especially an Australia native like Buddy Murphy, to get that hometown pop, like that would be, give a chance to cement somebody else. Because I think like Cedric's held it for, how long ago was it when Enzo left? Because that was the panic move that they did. That had to have been like months and months ago. That had to have been at least half a year ago. At least. New Day versus The Bar. Glad to see The Bar back again. I don't know. They got like the third thing or something like that. Unless somehow Bootiesworth turns out... Bootiesworth... he turns out like, I don't want to be picked on these guys, so I turned heel. I'm sorry, you guys. Ah. I don't know. I think we're kind of... I just want the Bar to go back to where they were again on top of things before that whole Braun Strowman and Nicholas kind of thing happened. Because if Raw's not going to try and rebuild a tag team, well, they kind of are. They're remembering the Revival now exist and we're a thing and are doing things. I don't know what they're doing with the whole Bobby Lashley, Chad Gable thing. I feel like he's just waiting for Justin Jordan to come back, and then that's like he's like, hey man, what's going on? What's this? What's going on? What's up? I think everyone just wants Bobby Roode to turn into what he was on NXT, where he was just heel, but he could back it up. Again, the whole Braun Strowman thing over again. He's over because of the entrance, kind of like Fandango in a way. Glorious. I feel like there'd be some shenanigans where it's like 3-on-2 with the New Day, but I just want Cesaro and Sheamus to win. That's who I'm pulling for. But if they were going to do a title change, I don't know. That got brought up too, with the last pay-per-view overseas, which was the Greatest Royal Rumble. None of the titles got changed. Hopefully hopefully this gets like an important thing, and that's done with here. Especially someone who, because if they're not going to give it to Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship, I feel like the Iconics would find a way to win. That's going to be Heroes Welcome for sure. Ty Dillinger, you lucky bastard. Sounds like Peyton Royce is the perfect 10. I'm sure that joke was done to death before I threw my 2 cents in there. Over Asuka and Naomi, though, speaking of people who are remembering, they used to be a thing and used to like wreck house. I think that's like what they're trying to do with Asuka and Naomi. So I'll give it to the faces on that one. Because they can just get the home... I don't know. Would they get booed, honestly? I could see it. I don't know. But again, if they weren't going to give it to... If they're not going to give it to Buddy Murphy, they got to give it to the Iconics. Or vice versa. Someone of them's got to go home like disappointed and dejected and be like, oh, poo, we lost. But we're still iconic. And then, of course, the last match listed, funnily enough, the Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. Oh, my goodness. If Miz is your top heel, I feel like Becky Lynch is secretly your top face, because that's how she's getting treated by the crowd and everybody who watches. And only the announcers are like, man, Becky Lynch, how dare she do this to Charlotte Flair, who just waltzed into a match, only won one thing, and then secured the title in a triple threat. And then there was gonna be like, okay, we're still friends though, right? We're still friends. And the crowd just ate it up when Becky's like, no, fuck you. And then she won the title, and we were like, yay! And now she got her own thing. I'm like, yay! By the way, 2K, please, do take that in mind to remember that for when you do 2K20. Because if we're doing like the whole women's evolution thing, I think 2K20 is like this is your opportunity next game to be like, hey, here's whoever Asuka on the cover, whoever's gonna be your whoever's your top at the time, like, or Ronda Rousey, or something like. God forbid it's the Bellas. Oh God, please don't let it be the Bellas. Please don't let it be the Bellas. I feel like if they turned heel, they would want it. Or is that like a thing for Evolution? Is it Evolution or Revolution? I think it's Revolution. Evolution's Evolution. But yeah, I just wanted to really talk about predictions, because I haven't done this in a while, and I just felt I just felt the need. Just because I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown, or not watched it. I mean, like, not been on here. I didn't even talk that much about the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that much, because I thought it just kind of fell off and became meh. But yeah, that's about it. Had probably some other stuff to say. Maybe I don't know if this will just be like a suplexing thing, or go back to whatchamacallit, because I want to get back into doing more things than just video games again. I just reached kind of like a panic mode. I was trying to do other things as well. All trying to get one thing done, and it's like, well, I'm not going to get this done in time, so let me have this not original name for an idea to play some scary games, which isn't my forte, and I'm going to stick with it, although I don't know if I'm going to do 31 days, or maybe I just end it early and be like, hey, let me actually finish the games I was trying to finish all this time, and just, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm always random as hell. Whatever floats my boat. Hopefully you enjoyed. With that said, take care, thanks for watching. Or listening, rather. Well, it's a video, so you're technically watching, but it's just going to be 31 minutes of the glorious Becky Lynch. I also forgot I had an actual, interesting question, and I wanted to hear feedback from you guys, what you might think. Regarding the whole Monday Night Raw rating slump, because of that competition with, I think it was either Big Brother or Big Bang, whatever was on that Monday Night Football, probably a factor too, although their ratings are declining too. So it's clearly maybe a big cable problem, and people have a lot of people have, cut the cord and done the whole streaming thing, or and SmackDown's that might be a different thing altogether, because that's a live attendance. They had an issue as well, where good lord, seeing pictures of that took me back to Impact 2010, where there was empty bleachers. Oof. But yeah, the question I was wanting to ask, I'm not an expert in this, so again, I would like some feedback on this from you guys, see what you think. Would Raw and SmackDown benefit from being on the network as opposed to being on the... Would it benefit being a streamable service on the WWE network? Thinking back about it, I'm like, okay, you don't have to worry that much about that many commercials. You don't have to cut out maybe a little bit. They might be trying to gamble with this based on there may not be 2 hours of NXT. But yeah, having Raw and SmackDown and having to deal with like a ton of commercials, because you usually do like the network or even like for a pay-per-view, there's only like just a quick tearaway here for an advertisement for their stuff and then come back to it. I'm like, okay. Not too long, not too intrusive. You just get that. It's like, here's our advertisers. That's us or whatever we happen to have for the pay-per-view. Even if it's just like a Popeye commercial, would only be like one commercial as opposed to several. But yeah, that's just the question I wanted to pose to you guys. Would it be yes or no? And just a brief explanation why. Just feel free to leave that in the comment section below. And once again, take care and thank you for listening/watching.